Ever get that feeling that, there's maybe more to understanding yourself, like something deeper going on that affects your choices, your reactions?
Absolutely. It's like trying to understand your own internal wiring.
Exactly. What if you could actually see a kind of map of that, your ingrained ways of doing things?
Well, that's sort of the exciting idea we're digging into today, understanding your unique behavioral fingerprint.
Behavioral fingerprint. I like that.
Yeah, it's about recognizing those really fundamental preferences that shape so much of what you do. And we're looking at a tool called Pactomics, which aims to really shine a light on this for you.
Pactomics. Okay. Sounds intriguing. What is it exactly? Like, what's the actual lowdown?
So think of Pactomics as an online self-assessment. But, and this is key, it's got a pretty serious scientific backing.
Okay. Not just another clickbait quiz then.
Definitely not. It's grounded in neuroscience, how our brains are structured and function, and also behavioral psychology, the science of, behavior. It's designed to give you actual data-driven insights into your natural tendencies.
Right, data-driven. So what's the main goal? What do the Pactomics folks hope people get out of it?
The core mission, really, is empowerment. It's about giving you a much richer, deeper understanding of your own behavioral preferences.
And how does that help?
Well, that self-awareness can be a real game changer. It often leads to more confidence, in your decisions, smoother interactions with people, just a more effective way of tackling things, both personally and professionally.
Okay. It's about unlocking potential by understanding yourself better. Makes sense.
Precisely. Understanding your foundational behavioral style.
So for this deep dive, we've looked right at the source info from Pactomics itself about how it works, the benefits they talk about.
Yep.
Our mission today, then, is to really get a handle on how Pactomics might offer some valuable insights for, personal growth, professional development, that kind of thing.
Sounds like a plan. Where should we start? The science behind it.
Yeah, let's start there. The foundation. You said neuroscience and behavioral psychology.
That's right. They really focus on the brain's building blocks, the neurons, and how they connect to form these functional networks.
Like pathways in the brain.
Exactly. Think of it like an incredibly complex electrical grid. Certain connections get stronger depending on how we think, how we act, what we repeat.
Okay, so our brain wiring influences our behavior. That sounds complicated, but I guess it makes intuitive sense.
It is complex, yeah. But the core idea is that these dominant pathways influence our natural preferences, how we tend to react, how we approach things.
And Pactomics taps into that. How?
They use insights from advanced research. Apparently, this includes analyzing MRI brain scans using AI, no less to understand these neural networks.
Wow, MRI scans and AI, that's pretty cutting-edge stuff.
It is. It's like using really sophisticated tools to actually see the patterns and how different brains might be sort of predisposed to certain behaviors.
And you mentioned this approach evolved. It wasn't always about, positive psychology.
Right. The understanding of these brain tendencies was initially more focused on neurological disorders, challenges. But what's exciting is how that knowledge has broadened.
Broadened how?
Well, now it's being applied to help basically everyone gain insights for everyday life, to unlock potential. It's about seeing how your inherent brain preferences shape your daily activities, your actions, your interactions.
Okay, so taking that science and making it practical for everyday people.
Exactly. And they make a pretty bold claim, actually. They suggest a 95% accuracy rate in predicting daily behavioral patterns.
Whoa, 95%. Okay, that certainly gets your attention. That's quite specific.
It is. It highlights the kind of precision they believe their approach offers.
So for someone like me, or anyone listening, how do we actually get this insight? What's the assessment process like? Is it complicated?
No, they seem to have designed it to be pretty straightforward. It's an online self-assessment, takes about 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay, manageable?
Yeah, and the whole point is to evaluate your individual preferences, your natural style, through a series of questions. Not about right or wrong answers, just about you.
And what are the steps if someone decides, okay, I want to do this?
It's basically a 3-step process they outline. First, there's what they call a commitment.
Commitment, meaning?
It seems to just mean making the small investment, purchasing the assessment, showing you're serious about the self-discovery.
Got it. Step 1, commit. Step 2.
Step 2 is thoughtfully answering the questions. They're designed, remember, to uncover those underlying behavioral tendencies.
Right. And step 3, the payoff.
Step 3 is receiving your results, which come in a detailed PDF report. That's where you get all the personalized insights.
Okay, a PDF report. Now, You mentioned detailed. What are we talking about here? A couple of pages or something more substantial?
Oh, it's definitely substantial. The level of detail depends a bit on the plan you choose. They have starter, standard, and ultimate options. But the standard and ultimate reports are around 50 pages long.
50 pages. Wow. Okay, so that's not just a quick summary. That's a deep dive in itself.
Exactly. It's meant to be a really comprehensive exploration of your behavioral style.
So what's actually in those 50 pages? What key insights do you get?
Well, the reports break down your behavioral fingerprint into several core components. You learn about your 4 Pactomics elements, your 8 Pactomics dimensions, and something called your Pactomics beta attribute.
Elements, dimensions, beta attribute. Sounds like a framework.
It is. And crucially, you don't just get the labels. You get detailed definitions, thorough explanations, and importantly, interpretations specifically tailored to you.
Okay, that's the framework. But how does that connect to, real life, my day-to-day?
That's where the next layer comes in. They analyze your profile across 10 key interpreted topics. Practical stuff.
Like what?
Things like communication, how you tend to give and get info, adaptation, how you handle change, resilience, bouncing back, teamwork, your natural collaboration style, problem-solving, decision-making, even leadership style.
Okay, those are all really crucial areas.
Totally. And it also covers selling your persuasive style, work-life balance tendencies, and even how you prefer to handle feedback, giving, and receiving.
Wow. That's incredibly comprehensive.
And there's more. You get a behavioral overview, a look at your dominant patterns, your strengths, and maybe potential weaknesses or blind spots, a detailed communication style breakdown, and what drives you, your motivational drivers.
It sounds like a complete user manual for yourself.
Yeah.
You also mentioned something, a people decoder. What's that about?
Ah, yes, the People Decoder. That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
It really does, like a secret code.
It's essentially a feature designed to help you understand the likely behavioral patterns of other people using the same Pactomics framework.
Oh, interesting. So not just about me, but understanding others too.
Exactly. The idea is it can help you improve interactions, maybe anticipate where friction might occur, and collaborate more effectively just by understanding different styles and approaches better.
That could be incredibly useful, especially at work or even at home.
For sure. Pactomics actually positions the whole report as being like a personal life or business coach, right there in your hands.
A 50-page personal coach. Okay, so with all this insight, this detail, what are the big benefits people actually experience? What's the outcome?
Well, the most immediate one is usually enhanced self-awareness. That's the foundation.
Just knowing yourself better.
Right. Really understanding why you might react a certain way or why you prefer certain tasks or environments. It gives you that aha moment about your own pattern.
And that self-knowledge leads to?
It empowers you to make more informed, more intentional decisions, choices that actually align better with your natural strengths and preferences.
That makes a lot of sense. Operating from your strengths feels better, usually works better too.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just you. Understanding your communication style, for instance, can genuinely lead to smoother, more effective relationships, less misunderstanding.
Yeah, I can see that.
And knowing your motivational drivers, that's huge for actually achieving goals. When you know what truly fuels you, you can tap into that energy more effectively. Focus your efforts where they'll have the most impact for you.
Right. Instead of trying to force yourself using motivation styles that just don't resonate.
Precisely. And that People Decoder feature we mentioned. Think about teamwork.
Huge potential there.
Absolutely. Being able to sort of anticipate how colleagues might approach things, communicate, make decisions, it can dramatically improve collaboration, help you navigate disagreements more constructively.
It sounds like it offers a real practical edge. Do they have examples? Like testimonials?
They do. They share positive feedback from people in different roles of a hotel executive, an office worker, even a student.
And what do they say?
Generally, they talk about gaining much deeper self-understanding, seeing real improvements in communication, and feeling more confident in their decision-making within their specific contexts.
Wow.
Real-world impact.
Hearing that from actual users makes it feel more tangible, definitely. Now, what if someone gets this 50-page report and thinks, okay, this is amazing, I want more? Are there next steps?
Yes, absolutely. Pactomics seems to understand that the report is just the beginning for some. They offer additional resources for those who want to go deeper.
Like what kind of resources?
Things like personalized online consultations, a chance to actually discuss your report one-on-one with an expert.
Ah, okay, to really unpack it.
Exactly. They also offer interactive workshops, which sound like a more hands-on way to learn and apply the concepts, and they even do corporate seminars.
Corporate seminars. How does this individual assessment tool translate to a whole company?
That's a really interesting application. The idea is to use the Pactomics framework to build a stronger, more high-performing culture within an organization.
By helping everyone understand each other's fingerprints.
Pretty much. Their training seminars aim to create that shared understanding of different behavioral styles within teams. They list a whole range of benefits for companies.
Such as?
Enhanced communication flow, obviously. Better teamwork and collaboration because people get each other's styles. Improved decision-making, more effective leadership because leaders understand team dynamics better.
Makes sense. What else?
They also mention more skillful conflict management, increased productivity, maybe by aligning tasks with strengths, fostering innovation by valuing different thinking styles, and even building stronger customer relationships.
That's quite a list. It sounds like it could really shift the dynamics in a workplace.
That seems to be the goal. And they offer customized training programs, too, tailoring it to what a specific company needs.
Okay, very flexible. Now, let's circle back quickly to the science. They emphasize the neuroscience, the behavioral psychology. How confident can we feel about the rigor behind all this?
Well, Pactomics consistently points to that foundation. They talk about the research into neurons, neural networks, principles from behavioral psychology. The mention of MRI analysis and AI suggests a commitment to a scientifically informed approach.
So they position it as being based on solid research.
Yes, they frame it as being built on rigorous research and scientific accuracy, leveraging advancements in those fields.
And taking the test itself. Is it like sitting an exam, or is it more user-friendly?
They specifically mention a user-friendly interface. The language they use suggests they've focused on making it a seamless and enjoyable self-discovery journey.
Enjoyable self-discovery. Sounds better than an exam.
Definitely. The idea seems to be making the process engaging and accessible, even though the science underneath is quite complex.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into Pactomics, what are the main things you think people should take away?
I think the core takeaway is that Pactomics offers a really structured, insightful way to understand your unique behavioral fingerprint much more deeply.
And that understanding is the key.
It's the catalyst, really. That increased self-awareness can genuinely lead to positive changes, more confidence in your decisions, better communication, stronger relationships, both at work and, in life generally.
It really does sound like it's positioned as more than just a personality profile. It's presented as this whole system, right? From the assessment to the super detailed report, and then even further resources for development.
Exactly. It seems to be a pretty holistic approach. It's all focused on empowering you, the individual, to unlock your potential by really understanding and using your natural behavioral strength.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Consider this. How could truly understanding your own behavioral tendencies, your own fingerprint, open up new paths for you, paths to success, however you define it?
Yeah, and maybe take it a step further. How could understanding the different colors, the different styles of the people around you, your colleagues, your family, your friends, how could that actually transform your interactions, make things smoother, more effective?
Lots to think about.
Yeah.
Perhaps now is a good time to consider taking that first step on your own journey of self-discovery.